So I think next we're gonna have Harry come up and ask their question on voice chat.
Cool.
Harry, are you? Let me look for you. Actually, I'm not. There they are. Okay. All right.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, guys? A pleasure speaking to you.
Cool. You too.
So my question also has to do with wild animal suffering, specifically with your views on killing or not killing other predators.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of your YouTube videos, you said that you understood the argument for killing predators and that it would be speciesist of you to save a human child by killing a predator but not a non-human animal. However, you mentioned that this only made sense to you in a hypothetical vacuum and that in reality we shouldn't advocate for the killing of predators because of pragmatic reasons, such as it intuitively sounding batshit crazy to most people, and your belief that advocating for something controversial might be ineffective and even risky in relation to your goal of reducing wild animal suffering. Now, I think these criticisms definitely hold true if we were talking about advocating for killing humans in order to save animals. This would seem insane to most people. And if vegans actually started killing human hunters or factory farm workers, they would be arrested and the movement would almost certainly fail. However, it seems to me that there already exist ways of getting around these pragmatic issues in the case of killing carnivorous animals, or at the very least in increasing a demand to kill them. There are actions that we can take that not only are legal in many places, but socially acceptable and practicable to do in a non-vegan world. For example, purchasing hunted predator meat or taxidermy products, joining hunting parties, or even getting a contract to hunt certain game for yourself. These things presumably aren't too controversial or crazy sounding because some people are already doing those things today. So my question is this: would doing something like purchasing hunted predator meat be ethical in your view? And would you advocate for it as one of the several ways of reducing wild animal suffering and rights violations? Thank you.
All right. These are some, I'm actually quite impressed by the quality of the questions coming through already. This is pretty cool. Okay. That is a good point. So what you're saying is there are ways in which we could promote the killing of predators that probably would seem socially acceptable and wouldn't make us seem batshit crazy. I guess I still think that to suggest that people should do this as a wild animal welfare intervention could potentially still be harmful to the movement, and could, make us seem kind of crazy to other animal advocates, especially like deontological advocates who do actually see an issue with like killing as well. But even so, I don't want to dodge your question here. I mean, we could do it. You could encourage the killing of predators without even being public about it, I guess, if it was like a way to reduce suffering. So I think there are a few things to consider here. Like one of the main things to consider is the uncertainty we have about whether it actually would have an overall positive effect to kill predators. I mean, ecosystems are incredibly complex, and we just don't understand at this point the potential knock-on effects of, say, like eliminating a certain species from said ecosystem. So, for instance, if you get rid of a predator, then you would imagine that the number of the prey species that they kill would increase. Maybe some other type of predator is going to be killing them more. Maybe there's going to be like a lot more starvation. Maybe there's going to be more disease. Maybe there's going to be more in-group fighting. So the thing is that the movement to help wild animals is so incredibly neglected that right now we need more research to learn about the best ways in which we can help deal with an issue like with predation. And predation is a really difficult issue because you're dealing with this conflict in interest between these two agents, and there's a lot of other forms of suffering in nature that isn't there, that seem like more simple to solve. So the first thing is like there's uncertainty. I'm uncertain that it even is going to have net positive effects. It might do, though. I'm not sure. The other thing worth considering is that, okay, even if we were sure, even if we think that reducing the number of this predator would actually reduce suffering, well, there's probably more humane ways to control their population size other than killing them. For instance, using contraception. Not only would that probably cause less suffering, but it's probably something like from a pragmatic perspective that the public are going to find it easier to get behind. But really, I feel like there's like two questions that can be split here. We have is it better? Like, is it better for the world if we kill predators? I don't know the answer to that question. And then the second question there is, even if it is better, the separate question is, in terms of promoting concern for wild animals as a long term, how do we best advocate for this? Even if it was a way to reduce suffering, would it be the most effective thing to promote, or are there other things that we can promote that are less likely to lead to backlash? Because it could be the case that the world would be better if we killed predators, but maybe the overall effect would be negative. And yeah, to be honest, these are like really, really tricky questions. So I don't have like all the answers. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of rambled a bit there. I hope maybe I gave you what you wanted. I don't know if I did.
Thank you very much, Jack.
All right. Thank you so much. I guess, Harry, can I move you back to the audience? Oh, there we go. Okay. Back to the audience. All right. Thank you for that answer. So now